Alright, before I start this video on the unboxing of the Bellroy Tokyo Wonder Tote 15 liters in comparison to the Alpaka Gear Metro Totebag, I just wanted to go over a few items that I really enjoy at the moment to utilize my favorite camera that I film predominantly all of my videos at the moment, which is the DJI Pocket 3. It's a small little gimbal camera and I enjoy it so much because I can carry it basically wherever I go. And to make that camera basically even better, you need a couple of add-ons to utilize it properly. Predominantly I use this outside. So when you are outside and the sun is shining, the most important piece of equipment for basically any camera are so-called ND filters, which to simplify are just sunglasses for your camera. When it's very bright, you kind of need an ND filter, aka sunglasses for your camera, to tone down the light and therefore be able to adjust the exposure properly to get those cinematic footage, meaning you have to drop down your shutter speed to achieve the 180-degree rule. And I'm not going to go into it too much, but when you achieve the 180-degree rule, all of the movement has the appropriate motion blur to make it look a little bit more pleasing, at least to my eye. So the very important part of my Pocket 3 when I'm outside is this ND filter, this variable ND filter from K&F Concept. I bought this on Amazon, and by the way, I will put all of the links in the description below. Those are affiliate links. You won't pay more, but if you decide to use one of those links, you will support this channel. And yeah, this variable ND filter is magnetic. You just put it in front of the lens of the Pocket 3 magnetically, and then you can adjust the intensity of the ND depending on the sunlight during your day. And the good thing about it, because it is magnetic, you can store it inside the protective case of the Pocket 3. Staying to the items when I'm outside, next up is this tripod, also from K&F Concept. I really like K&F Concept because they have fairly affordable equipment that is very practical and useful. I have to say, the build quality, it is a little bit plasticky, and that is to be expected when you pay this kind of money for this type of equipment. That being said, I feel that especially with this small little tripod that I carry around, is that I don't want it to be metal because I already carry so much in my everyday carry. So I am actually happy that it is made out of plastic. Mostly the ball head is made out of metal, but the rest and the telescope is made out of aluminum. Still, it doesn't feel as high quality, let's say that way, as other tripods that I have used in the past. But as I said, this is for me to be used on the go, and I don't want it to be too bulky, too hefty, let's say that way. And what this is opposed to the mini tripod that you get in the creator kit of the Pocket 3, this tripod can actually extend, and this is not by much, but still this gives you some more height than the regular tripod that is inside the creator kit, and therefore you can place it almost anywhere without fearing too much that you're looking down at the camera. So I really like this. Obviously you need to be careful. It is stable, but I would still not go too far away. If it's windy, then there is the potential of this kind of dropping or flopping over. But it is really cool to have this extendable mini tripod. It is, in comparison, a little bit bigger and taller when it's folded down. Still, it's not too big to not fit in my Evergoods CAS2 that I'm using at the moment. It has a ball head at the top, which the tripod that you get in the creator kit does not have. So it's really cool that you can adjust it. You have also a little threaded mount where you could attach a light, for example. I used this attachment point that I also got from Amazon. I forgot the name. I think it's a no brand name. It's made out of metal and it is actually not as high as the one that is provided in the creator kit. So I liked it to be on here so this whole attachment doesn't become unnecessarily long. I would say for such a small item, it is a little bit expensive. I think it was 27 euros, but it is made out of metal and therefore it is very sturdy. Not sure how much the original DJI attachment is, but yeah, I really like this and I can recommend it in combination with this K&F Concept MS11 mini tripod. And the next thing is also from K&F Concept. As I said, I do like that they are fairly affordable. While this is made out of plastic in combination with some metal parts, and I said that this feels a little bit cheaper, this one feels very great. This is made out of aluminum. They have terrible naming. All of the tripods and stuff like that have terrible naming. This is the K&F Concept T255A4. It is aluminum tripod, and I decided to get this one because it has one very big feature that will come in very useful in the next segment of this video, which is you unscrew this part up here and then it goes like this. So you have an easy way to do top-down shots with this tripod. All of my other tripods that I had before only were like this, right? So you had to tilt the camera, but it was never 90 degrees right over the stuff that I was shooting. I was never able to do a proper vertical top-down shot. So this is an amazing feature and I love it so much. So I have the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. This tripod is supposed to hold 12 kilograms of load. While I think it holds, if it's in this position, I don't think it will hold that well in this position. So I use this in combination with the Pocket 3 and it's a perfect top-down shot configuration with this tripod. I exchanged the head with one of my Manfrotto heads because I have so many Manfrotto mounts, which is why I don't use the one that is provided with this tripod, which had an Arca Swiss plate. And yeah, that's why I exchanged the tripod head with this ball mount from Manfrotto. So one feature that I liked a lot is this, to be able to configure it as a top-down shot. But what it also can do, and that is something that I like a lot, is you can actually unscrew this and then detach the ball mount that you have up here, put it on here, and then you have a monopod actually. And I like this a lot. I don't use monopods that often, but I like to be able to actually use a monopod if I want to. Overall, it has these screw-on fasteners to adjust the segments of the legs. It doesn't feel as smooth as on other tripods that I used in the past because it feels a little bit plasticky and not as smooth as on other tripods that I used in the past. But I do feel like it comes a little bit with the territory of this being a cheaper option or a consumer friendly option. Everything else is very well made. Only these fasteners feel a little bit cheapish because they don't twist as smooth as I would have liked. But other than that, I really like this tripod a lot, just for this feature alone, where you can create this 90-degree angle for top-down shots. That feature alone is what I love about this. And you actually are able to fold it up very compact. So unlatch the security button, move that. You have a very compact tripod to carry around. It's not that heavy either. And yeah, as I said, I really like this tripod. And then once you're at your location, you deploy again the security latches. Bam, bam. Open this up again. You see this? It's not all as smooth as on other tripods. Like for example, I used Manfrotto a lot, or my Peak Design tripod. It's not as smooth. That is something, yeah, maybe I need to lubricate some of the parts here. But as I said, it comes with the territory of this being a little bit more of a value product. Let's call it like that. It's cheaper compared to other tripods. It's still in the around the 100 euro mark, if I'm not completely mistaken from memory, but it still is, compared to other tripods, I would say it is more of a value proposition or a value item, and you see that in some of the parts of this tripod. But other than that, I can definitely recommend to have one of these tripods in your arsenal if you're using the Pocket 3. Alright, let's start the unboxing of the Bellroy Tokyo Wonder Totebag. In one of my last videos, I showed you the Alpaka Gear Metro Totebag, and I said that tote bags are kind of rising up. And funny enough, I just received the Bellroy Tokyo Wonder Totebag, and I just wanted to quickly unbox it, give you my very first impressions of that tote bag in comparison to the one from Alpaka Gear. And as a very important reminder, all of my unboxings and first impressions are designed to give you the most honest first impression as possible, as if I would go into a brick and mortar store, see the product, take it in my hand and react to that. For me, it is very important to give you an honest first impression and reaction to that product without being informed about any of the specs, features, materials, etc., to not kind of wander into just giving you a spec list of details that you could just gather from going to the website. So that is why I'm intentionally not informed about the product that I unbox and that I do a first impressions on. Those details, informations are intended for quick looks or reviews. So keep that in mind. I'm not informed. Let's unpack this Bellroy bag. I already opened it, but I didn't look inside. So here it is, the Bellroy Tokyo Wonder Totebag. And the only thing that I know about it is, due to the name, it's 15 liter in capacity. So slightly smaller in terms of volume capacity than the Alpaka Metro Totebag. So you can see here that is the Alpaka Metro Totebag, and right above it is the Bellroy Tokyo Wonder Totebag. The materials are very different. This has some shine to it. It feels very high quality, but what I can say right away is I do prefer the fabric and the look of the fabric of the Alpaka Gear Metro Totebag, because I don't know, I don't like this shine, and this shine really makes crinkles and folds much more apparent. So that is why this looks much more cleaner than this. Obviously I just took this out of the box, but I can remember when I took out the Alpaka Gear Metro Totebag, which came in a similar packaging, so no box or anything, it looked just like this, and it did not look this, yeah, let's say crinkled. What you have outside is just like on the Alpaka Gear Metro Totebag, a luggage pass through, but just in comparison, while the one on Alpaka looks a little bit more stealthy and toned down, this looks much more substantial, and it feels like this would hold up much more abuse because it is wider and it feels much more thicker. But that is not to say that this is not high quality. It's just due to the fact that this is smaller and, in air quotes, flimsier, it feels that the other one is much more substantial and therefore perceived more durable. Staying here on the back, quick access drop-in pocket with a small little button, but just like on the Alpaka Gear, this outside pocket is open. On the Alpaka Gear it wasn't able to like close, but it still is a place where rain could get into. and accumulate inside this pocket. So be very wary about what you put here inside here. But as just mentioned in the Alpaka Gear video, I feel that tote bags are more for people that are commuting with the subway or are driving to work with their car. So they are not really, in my humble opinion, intended for walking a long period of time in the rain. So I think that is okay. By the way, if you want to buy any of these two items, then check out the affiliate links in the description below. With those, you won't pay more, but you will support this channel with a small kickback of that sale. And if you do so, you're awesome. Thank you very much. And yeah, let's continue the video. Just like on the Metro Tote Bag, we have this little, let's say, pool area up here where water could accumulate if you walk a long time in the rain. Also not really a big fan of that, but I feel that is a thing with tote bags. It seems at least that way. Then you have another pocket out here. What I like about it is this has a zipper and is split up into two main sections, while the second section has two slots for, let's say, your wallet and another slot for a pen. And I like that it has this ability to be kind of separated and stuff doesn't just like fly around in here. You have a key leash, but that's about it. I like that this has a bright white inner lining. I do like orange inner lining, but yeah, this is good enough to find your stuff in dark area. What I like is that while this rain gutter style, what I like to call it, where water can accumulate, I like that the zipper is kind of offset. So if water accumulates here, water won't necessarily get into the zipper, but the zippers are high quality. Now the straps, I like them a lot. They are quite similar to the ones from Alpaka Gear, while Alpaka Gears are slightly, just a smidge wider and therefore feel comfortable in your hands. This strap is not as wide, but it's a little bit more thicker and feels still comfortable, but it has this kind of, what do you call it, this rubbery stopper material. So if you have it on your shoulder and you wear maybe like a bomber jacket with slippery fabric, then this won't slide off your shoulders that fast. I like that a lot. But in your hand, you do notice this. It's not as comfortable as like the smooth area on this handle, but it is a trade-off, being not as comfortable, but being able to not slip off your shoulders. So you kind of need to think about what you prefer. Do you prefer to be non-slippery and therefore stay on your shoulder, but then not be as comfortable in your hand? Or do you want it vice versa? Comfortable in your hand, but it might slide off your shoulder while you're wearing it. Now going into the main compartment. So you open it up and you have a padded and protected laptop slot. Unfortunately, let me double check. It is suspended. It is suspended. That is good. And the bottom of the bag is also padded. So that is a really good idea. You have two drop-in compartments left and right, which I like a lot. And then a zippered pocket here for smaller items. And that's about it in terms of organization. As a quick reminder, in the Metro Tote Bag you had a laptop slot which was not suspended, iPad or tablet slot, and then two drop-in slots, none of them with the zipper. And my issue with that was that potentially stuff could kind of like fall out if you hold, or if for some reason the bag kind of turns this way. So I did not like that there weren't any zippered pockets. So obviously these don't have zippered pockets either, left and right, but this one has. So if you have small items like your wallet or maybe a thumb drive, then you could put it in here, close the zipper, and then nothing will fall out. Overall, you have plenty of space in here, and yeah, enough places to organize all of your items. I do like the zippered pockets here, which are also divided left and right. I like that a lot. So from first impression, what I can say is I prefer the features on the Bellroy, meaning the zippered pockets, the two ones here and one inside. But if I had to decide between the two, just from first impressions alone, I would go with the Metro Totebag because it looks better in my humble opinion. I like the overall aesthetic of this honeycomb material a little bit better, but I would have wished more zippered pocket in here. So with that in mind, this one is a little bit better. If it just came down to features, I would probably go with this one. If it just came down to looks, I would prefer the Alpaka Gear. So yeah, that was a very quick first impressions and unboxing of the Bellroy Tokyo Wonder Tote 15 liters. So what do you think about the Bellroy Tokyo Wonder Tote Bag? Let me know in the comment section below. Or do you prefer the Alpaka Gear? Tote bags in general, what are your thoughts? And if you like Bellroy bags, then check out the video up here. And YouTube thinks that you like this video down here. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking the icon up here. I see you in the next videos, and stay safe and healthy everyone. Thank you very much.